nigga, be real to yourself before you real with anybody else. Gang, what's the deal, man? It's y'all favorite hood partner, Big Nina Boy, and I'm back cracking with another reaction. Hey, so today, man, we finna double back, man. We finna hit the corner, spin a block, make that alley-oop, hit that length day, that bank day, and bah, spot him, got him. Hey, man, so we got WACK100, man, claiming that Snoopy Badazz Gangbang career is over. He's saying just go be a father. But a lot of people from the gang culture have definitely been making some noise. Like, without a doubt, like, one thing we know is that we can't have no association with anybody that tell. We don't care if it's for content. We don't care for whatever personal reasons when you're an active gang member. You see what I'm saying? Not banger, because we know WACK100 ain't out there gang banging, but, you know, he's a representation of his hood, so that still apply to him. But before we get into this, though, right, the game have changed, man. You see what I'm saying? Because if you sit down and you would have a conversation with somebody who disrespected the culture where we come from, you know, he all bad. You see what I'm saying? You're never going to see any other gang member from any structure that's on any major platform do what WACK100 did. Why? Because WACK100 feel like he's above the program because he has financial gain and money, resources that he can do what he want to do and still keep his merit. So let's jump into this reaction, man. Before we get into it, though, right? It's a lot of things that's gonna be said in here that, you know, that apply for everybody. You know what I'm saying? If you credit one, you got to credit them all. So let's jump into this reaction. We got WACK100 speaking to Adam 22 about Snoopy Badazz. Also, some other little shit they talking about. Let's go. All right, and 5, 4, 3, 2.
But he got to continue to walk that walk, which at this point in time in life, how things are, that's a great walk for him to walk. He owns a hamburger joint, you know, that's successful. So
yeah, that's Trill Burger.
as much as I wanna, I'm gonna say when it comes to the streets, yes, that's telling. But I personally will not call Bun B a snitch.
If you break into my house and put a gun in my wife's face, not only will I testify, I will be there 3 days early. I'll be waiting outside the courthouse like there's a John Mayer concert coming up. I'm in there like swimwear. I'm telling on you so fast.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, but bro.
Hold on. So wait a minute. Last time I checked, though, gang, Bun B is not a gang. Bun B is not a gangster. So you just heard Adam say he will snitch if somebody ran up in his house and put a gun in his face. But then it don't apply to Adam. Adam not a gang member. But it applies to Bun B, who's from Texas. He's not a Crip. He's not a Blood. You see how I'm saying? Hey, that's why I'm saying niggas be having that picking and choosing going on. This is a hard case of picking and choosing. You know, you said personally, I wouldn't say he a snitch, but it's snitching. You cannot break the rules, bro. If you're not a gang, that's why I say this gangster, it shouldn't be, you know, it shouldn't be have a plateau on these platforms. It should not have a plateau. At the end of the day, man, we know we misconstruing, you know, citizens with gangsters. You know what I'm saying? That's why you'll see niggas who's really active in the culture. 9 out of 10, they're not gonna be online, you know, promoting, you know, they due diligence. You know, I don't care what it is, what shape or fashion it is. That ain't how the game go. But you know, I'm sitting back, I'm just watching like, damn, this nigga Wack is really out here spinning narratives in regards to gang culture. And he it's some nepotism going on. You see what I'm saying? Adam get a, of course, Adam's show. But at the same time, we didn't watch Wack sit down with 6ix9ine and Kashi. You know what I'm saying? We didn't watch that dude sit down with some dudes that, you know, it's not tolerable in where we come from, in the structure where we come from. But you know, To me personally, if you're not a gangbanger, a member, have any association with gang ties, and somebody come in your house, you shoot them, and then you go to court and testify, bro. That is a regular citizen doing his merit. You can't put no gangster shit on somebody who's not involved in gang culture, and they don't have California politics. You see what I'm saying? Politics is structure is different in every state. Fuck out of here. Let's go.
He kind of like a savior.
He spared the guy.
He spared. That was a kid. You figure they were saying he was in high school back then. So Bun B knew what he could have did, and he still. This goes for who you're dealing with. That's not the mentality of a street gangster.
Right.
They want blood. They want to kill you. He did what it took to neutralize the dude and you know, protect his family, and still allowed him to keep his life. And then now he's on the stand. So, you know, when I look at both sides of it and knowing Bun B, you know, for who he is, you know, I don't agree personally for myself, but for his situation, you know, I think he did what he wanted to do, and I think he's very comfortable in what he's done, and I think he's going to receive the support of his community. And I would never call him out of his name about it.
Well, I respect that. I think that shows some growth, but you got to keep a consistent point of view for anyone that you don't like or have respect for as well.
No,
right?
I don't, bro. Listen, these dudes that's running around. Okay, if that was loose cannon, if Bun B was loose cannon,
it's over.
I would have to call him a snitch.
Yeah.
Right? Because loose is living like that.
He's in the shit right now.
Yeah, he living like that.
Yeah.
If it was me, I'm told if I did that, right? But just me watching Bun B's growth and what he's off into and the things he's doing, and to hear what his wife was going through, I think he made a grown man decision, and he chose what would have chose him. I think that's what he did.
Yeah.
The streets is a myth. This shit phasing out. We got like 5 to 7 years.
You think?
Over with.
Has there been any movement on the Snoopy Badazz Pyru front since you basically told him that he should leave that alone? I don't think he's going to leave that alone, right?
I think that interview put him in a position to where he can't go that route, but he can continue to grow in another route. Today, he texts me.
What's he saying?
Same shit. Like he's struggling with it.
With whether he should maintain his status in the streets?
He's struggling with it, brother.
And you got some fire Pacoima merch on, huh?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that?
On the fingers.
Oh, it's on the fingers. Oh, shit. Okay.
Pacoima collection.
That's hard.
He's struggling with, out of nowhere, he just texted me this shit. And I was telling myself, like, this is crazy. It must be with him. I don't think it was that bad. Was it that bad?
Okay, there's been a narrative put forth by some people who've suggested that you probably made him think that the conversation was going to go a certain way on the phone, and then once you got him on here, you ended up letting your true feelings / your whack theatrics show, and basically seemed a little bit more negative than you might have seemed on the phone. Would you say that that's accurate? Because
no,
some people might say that you kind of did the same thing to G-Face. You spoke to him on the phone, you seem like you're on good terms, then you get him on here and you kind of grill him more than he might have expected.
Well, you said G-Face wanted the interview, not me.
Oh, so you didn't talk to him before the G-Face?
No, okay. Not at all. Everything we interviewed about, I talked to Snoopy about on the phone.
Right.
Now, what would the fans have said if Snoopy got up here and all we talked about is his music, and we let him talk about Munchie B and Spotted Loke, and nothing else was addressed?
For sure. I mean, Snoopy was coming on here to talk about something pretty specific.
Now, it's the same reason why I interviewed 6ix9ine.
Right.
Nobody could interview these guys when it comes to that kind of shit, unlike somebody that come from that kind of shit. So I didn't ask him.
See, that's it right there. You saying it right there. Nobody can interview him because we respect the code. So what did that look like? You going ahead and doing it? You showing it as if, nigga, you so high power, like you can just do it. Let me tell y'all something. In gang culture, your money is an influence. behind the walls and status and notoriety. But when it comes to the code, the infrastructure, the rules, bro, niggas is not smelling with WACK100 in regards to him taking on these interviews. Like, what make you think you can do it? You ain't the only person with some money. You see what I'm saying? That's why I feel like when it comes to this shit and the internet, bro, listen, in the words of Nipsey, man, go ahead and live your life and grow. Just go ahead and live your life and grow, because at the end of the day, man, it's so many gray areas with what the cans and can't do's with this gang structure. Because with money is, yeah, you're financially stable, but it's gonna be somebody who has big stripes, nigga, that's willing to die right now. You see what I'm saying? Leave his family behind, his money behind, everybody. Are you willing to do that? The person that's willing to do that holds the key. You see what I'm saying? Because test that person to go all out with it. You see what I'm saying? 9 out of 10, a person who has more to lose is not gonna go against that. Nigga, all right, you got that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you ready? Nigga, I'll die right now for this. Nigga, I'ma lead. Go ahead, nigga. You know what I'm saying? First nigga that marched in the line of war, nigga, he deserve a medal. Yeah, because he the first to go. So, you know, sometimes, you know, you got to be brain strong. That's why I say 60% mental, 40% physical. But you're still shining light on somebody who broke the code, who broke the rules. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no coming back from that. You gonna have to wear that, bro. Like, yeah, some people like, yeah, you're showing the world what this shit look like, but the gangsters that don't have a voice on these platforms, they looking like, bro, how you sit down with a rat? How you sit down with somebody who helped the nigga who killed his best friend? He got on the stand to get his best friend's killer off. Like, how do you sit down with that? You know what I'm saying? How do you sit down with 6ix9ine and Kashi? See, when you would do something like that for money, it's no principle, it's no moral, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Nigga do anything for some money. You see what I'm saying? Like, nigga, that's just another rat chasing the cheese. That's how I see it in my eyes. Let's get it.
Well, I didn't say anything to him that I haven't said before. Mm-hmm. Right? So this morning, he hits me, says, how do you snitch on somebody and help them at the same time? Nigga said, why I didn't slide for Worm, but then said, oh, forgot you helped him and snitched on him. That's why them fake ass snitch allegations ain't gonna stick. Can't help a nigga and snitch on him. I replied, say what you want. That was snitching. You don't rewrite the rules. This is why I said this ain't for you. He said, okay, you did that. Mm-hmm. And I keep telling him.
Now, like I said, I don't like WACK. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, accountability. Snoopy Badazz, how do you say that the dude who tried to kill you and your homeboy, how do you justify that, my nigga? Snoopy, you know damn well you snitch, bro. It's a stain on your name, and mentally and psychologically, it is hard to him to accept the fact that his wrongdoings is wrong. Right is right, wrong is wrong, bro. It's no way you can deny that, my nigga. You see what I'm saying, nigga? How many times you put your life on the line? Put yourself in somebody else's shoes. The dude who killed your homeboy, you nigga, you chicken little nigga. Brrr, you get up out of there. Brrr, get the running. Brrr, boom, 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 boom. Hey, woo. Hey, they killed your son. What? Thank you. And you left your homeboy body right there at the In-N-Out. Look, yeah, I read the paperwork, Melvin. I read the paperwork. You left him there, ran to his mama house. You understand what I'm saying, nigga? And told his mama that somebody killed her son. She made you go back to the crime scene and tell the police whatever fabricated story that you did. On top of that, down the line, boom. Nigga, the dude running to you allegedly in the holding tanks and tell you, hey, bro, I need you to get on the stand and testify for me. You like, oh, man, he came at me with some Christian shit. Bro, what the fuck? The nigga that anybody know, bro, when it comes to gang culture, man, look, that's why I say it's genocide. Because the nigga that you go kill down the street, that nigga might go to church every fucking Sunday. He just from that hood. Yeah, he a gang member. But he love his homeboys. He love his community. But that don't take that nigga ain't no father. That don't mean he don't go to church. And when you niggas will pull up on that block and you see that nigga in that color, you will still knock him down. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you a Christian, cuz? Yeah, blood, all right, you get a pass. What about you? Hell no, blood, I ain't no Christian. Come on, bro. This shit it is definitely not the same. The moment people become aware of what we living in, the times that we living in, it's not even about red and blue now. It's about nigga survival. Anybody can get it. These youngsters don't play by the same rule book we play by. You see what I'm saying? If they get caught, you better believe 9 out of 10. And if they can't get away with it, they will fold, bro. Yeah, it's easy for them to say, "Oh man, I'm solid," because you ain't been in that predicament. A lot of these dudes will fold. Let's get it.
Maybe you should go start another movement. But in this movement, that shit don't fit. It'll never fit.
And you take offense to it because he's flying under the same banner that you've been under.
I have to, you know.
Would you care as much if he was representing a different flag?
If he was representing a different flag,
the principles would be the same, but you wouldn't.
I would still call him out on it. But no, you know, you gotta understand. I got a certain obligation too. I'm scrutinized too for interviewing him.
Oh, even for sitting with him.
Yeah, all day long, because by law, right, I was supposed to violate him.
Violate meaning
violate him.
Attack him.
That's a fact. But I spoke to the man as a.
But see what I'm saying? If you got an obligation and you're a member and a representation of your hood, why didn't you make that clear? We don't. Let me tell y'all something. This is why I say, look, think about it. Look, WACK100 sat down with a known rat. You sat down with a nigga you know who took the stand. You had him come up there and all of that shit, right? But you a rush, poetic Flacco, nigga, grab your chopstick, nigga, hey, blood, stop playing with me. You was all the way turned up on poetic Flacco. But you sat down, man, you know, I kind of liked it, dude, but he was like, all that weak ass shit, bro. Like, come on, man. That's why I say, as men, we need to figure something out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because this hatred that niggas portray they got in their hearts ain't real, bro. It ain't real, my nigga. This, you can see it all through WACK, man. You know, yeah, he's the what do I call WACK? He's a hyper narcissist. You see what I'm saying? For real. This dude is he gets high off of, you know, manipulating people and you know, playing the mental games and the mind strategies and running circle around dudes mentally, you know, and he knows that that's one of his strong suits against somebody like Snoopy Badazz. Now, Snoopy Badazz, from hearing him speak and the way he can connect dots, I will assume he's not dumb as well. I think when he gets excited, he get anxious, he tends to not use his thinking cap. You see what I'm saying? Yes, sir, Ski. But yeah, man, I can't get with that, bro. Like, you really bust a move on Poetic Flacco, dude. And then all of a sudden, you know, you have compassion and empathy for Snoopy Badazz. Let's go.
As a man, I talk to you as a man. This is a place of business. And, you know, I really, I stand on those people that he violated or whatever, then that's something for you to deal with. Now, if we were in prison somewhere, and that was what that was, then I'm obligated. I'm it. But we're not in prison. You know, he's on the street. Y'all see him. Y'all know where he at. He moving around. He's living in the greater LA somewhere, wherever he's at. You know, that's on y'all to take that penitentiary chance and deal with that.
Give up the address. Give up the address.
I did address it. He respected my call. I asked him not to disrespect his neighborhood in front of me, because his neighborhood is a power root setting. When I hear anything like that, I hear everything that it represents, which at the end of it is power root. And then that forces me to have to engage in something I don't want to engage in, because I just want to do an interview. But no, it wasn't, I didn't set out to dogging. I just set out to have a real conversation. I mean, Adam, you've been sitting down with me for a while. You know when I'm on some bullshit versus I'm just speaking some real shit.
I felt like you were harsher with G-Face. Like it felt like you were a little bit empathetic to Snoopy's situation, even though you were trying to hold him to the fire.
And you know why? I gained a little respect for him.
Oh,
Dude, 3 times I spoke with him.
wow. See how the picking and choosing is? You see how the fruit fall from the tree? You gain some respect from him. Let me tell you something. I already know what he's going to say. They're going to use either his parenting, his fatherhood, his religion. This is the number go to justify means of niggas' actions, bro. Watch this. I'm pretty sure it's going to be something related to family, church. Same reason why, look, the same reason why Snoopy Badazz did what he did and snitched for that dude because of religion and trying to change their life. Watch this.
One thing that was consistent was, okay, baby girls, time for nap. Time for your nap. Hold on, daddy, about to make you some lunch.
What I tell you?
Okay, come here, get your thing, let me do your hair.
And even when booking the podcast with him, that was the biggest concern, was that he had to find time in which he wasn't taking care of the kids.
He's fighting for cut.
Wow. Now listen, okay, respectfully, that is a noble thing for sure. But what about all the people that die in the streets that's good fathers to their kids? So all the niggas that took the stand and snitched on niggas and got other niggas' life and they can't see their kids. So you making excuses for that? What? Oh, because he's against some. How you game? Every snitch nigga that probably snitched on somebody, took somebody's life, nigga, is a father, probably a pastor's son. Nigga, oh, you can't be picking and choosing, bro. Like that's not it, and that ain't that. Like, bro, this is a weak ass excuse. That's the case. We need to stop killing each other because a lot of these dudes is really, think about it, bro. Come on, my nigga, the niggas that you be threatening to hurt and all that type of shit, nigga. Them niggas that go to church, them dudes are fathers, them dudes are parents as well. That's, man, boosie ass shit, bro. That's why I say this weekend. Listen, man, I'm a liaison for the streets, bro. You see what I'm saying? God got a calling for me. I don't hold hands and kick cans, bro. I didn't put in my time. You see what I'm saying? I would never pick up a gun and pull it in regards to somebody hood personally. That's just not where I'm at in life no more. You see what I'm saying? Only difference is you was just raised over there. Nigga, I don't even know you. You see what I'm saying? And as a child, yes, I made a lot of mistakes and I'm okay with wherever I got to go. But I will spend my last days on this earth making sure and letting it be clear that it's not worth pulling the trigger over somebody because they color, bro. Straight up. Let's go.
Custody with his kids. So, you know, that part of me, that's why I said, like, bro, don't keep playing with this because the way you see it, right, is going to have you in a situation, another homie in a situation, and then maybe your kids without a father because you're dead or you in prison or you end up in a wheelchair. So it's like, he doesn't understand.
Nigga, don't give me that shit. Nigga, you act like you, man, God did it. Earth. Look, this nigga act like he really care about, man, that man was nothing but a piece of content to you. You knew you can destroy that dude mentally in every shape, every form, every fashion, bro. Now you acting like, oh, you know, the deceit, the betrayal. You can see it. Nigga, you said nigga Paru not in you. You see what I'm saying? How you respect somebody that nigga that disrespect Paru? How do you respect somebody that disrespect what you represent? Oh, but he's a father. He has kids. Man, that boy said them babies wasn't his. Nigga, we didn't see that man do some shit out here, bro. Come on, bro. I don't know. I'm not buying that. Let's go.
Understand that this is how this goes. I mean, bro, I don't know if you play football. If a keep jumping off sides, they're gonna take him off the field. He don't get it, bro. You can't move to the ball's height.
I feel like one thing that always kind of stands out to me about the gang shit is that there doesn't seem like there's any room for forgiveness or learning or penance or, you know, like Snoopy, even during the.
No, there's no room for mistakes because mistakes can cost people lives. No. You don't have to understand that, Adam. It's not for you. Now, when you do make mistakes, like say, for instance, you make your hood look bad or people making allegations about your hood. All right, nigga, get in that circle, get in that lines then, nigga, show your heart. That's the way you fix it, by getting in the circle, squabbling up with multiple people to show, nigga, you still got heart. That's how you make that shit work. But besides that, nigga, no. Niggas, your mistake can cost somebody life. No, it's no, oh, I'm gonna forgive you for telling on somebody. Yeah, it's get on a stand, man. No, bro. No. And it's a lot of snakes in the motherfucking grass with gang culture. Yeah, nigga, if you got a bag, niggas might forgive you just to soak you. Let me tell you something. We live in a society now where nigga finesse you to join that gang, nigga, just so they can nigga run up your bag for you. Let's go.
Podcast is acknowledging that he might not have handled that situation in the best way, that if he knew what he knows now, he probably wouldn't have testified on behalf of this guy or whatever it was. And it feels like he knows that, but he also is wrapped up in this gang culture where there is no room for you to ever have made a mistake. And it feels like if he was being totally honest, he would probably just say, yeah, I fucked up. I made a mistake. I wouldn't do it again. In most walks of life, that's an okay way to deal with most things. But in the gang shit, it's like you f up once, your name is permanently
But how
smeared.
we see it is, once you do it once, you do it again. Now, let me tell you what's fucked up about this. It's probably about 30% of the gang members put through the test. If you're going to tell or not, you under the light. We got another 70% out there that probably 60 to 70% of that 70% would tell. They've just been lucky enough not to be put in this situation.
Right.
I've been in this situation, accused of some shit I didn't do a couple times. Murders, robberies, booked me for it, and just fought it. It's a fucked up feeling. Because you say, well, if you my homeboys, why won't you come take your shit? That ain't how it works. To you, you would be like, well, if that's your friend and you're in there for something you know he did, he would come tell him, right? That's not how this shit works. It's unorthodox. It's irrational. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but it is what it is. And like I told him, when you signed up for this shit, it wasn't based upon them changing any of the rules. And because he's not getting it, I know, look, today, what he wrote me, he's still fighting with his wrong being right. I know he'll around and make a haste decision, and then we'll look up, and I'm seeing on Instagram his baby's crying. So I'd rather say, yo, bro, just go your way as Snoopy Badazz, a rapper. Leave that alone. It's not for you.
Really makes you think about how fucked up this that guy who filmed the video where he popped out with the gun on Snoopy. I mean, if that situation had gone a little bit different, think about how fucked up the lives of all his kids are if he gets removed for some clout. Yeah.
And they would be able to
grow
see
up
it.
seeing it all the time. Yeah. And that's just like, think about that. You're creating kids who are going to be all fucked up and to some extent probably going to want to get revenge or get into that lifestyle. It's all bad.
But that's a revolving door.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've been hearing a lot. Oh man, you finished him. You this. I had a conversation with him, and I man to man told him, bro, this ain't for you. It's not. He gonna get himself hurt, and it still might happen.
Wow, man, look, bruh. He said it in a perspective where, you can't say nothing against him if something do happen to him. But you're telling the world, it still might happen. Somebody still might come hurt him. But I can't go against that because at the end of the day, Snoopy Badazz is still saying, nigga, I'm still a gangster. You can't take my gangsterism from me. At the end of the day, nigga, I walk like a gangster. I talk like a gangster. I act like a gangster. So I'm going to maintain being a gangster. Now, he's trying to get people to respect his gangster is the problem here. You see what I'm saying? Go on, be a gangster, nigga. Hey, nigga, you want to be a gangster? That gangster life, there's some gangster shit out there for you. You can't be a gangster on your rap videos and not be a gangster in real life and be respected. You got to act the character that you portray. If you really want that, because you got a stain on your name. Once you have a stain on your name, bro, and if your name was good, bro, and you just still carrying on your old past images, you know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. But nigga, you took the stand. You can't call nobody a buster. You'll hurt somebody. Gangster shit comes with violence. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. No, why would you even want that since you want to play the kid role? I understand that. Let's go.
You know, he didn't say some things and did some things.
So you would advise him to actually leave shit alone, because it's kind of like he can't be a rapper if he's no longer representing that shit, right? Like his whole identity is based around his affiliation with the streets and shit, right?
Right. But he's disrespected his whole neighborhood. His neighborhood cannot stand with him. The female with him, I don't know if that's just his manager. She's bold because she's from over there, and he need to realize the more he does, he's putting her under the light. Because then it's like, all right, well, you need to let us know where he at, or we gonna act like you with it.
It seems like he's not that hard to find based on that one dude running up on him, right?
Yeah, somebody know where he at. That's a fact.
Yeah.
So, hopefully he be all right. It is what it is.
Why do you care?
Shit, sometimes you gotta, take that step. It may hurt in the beginning, but I think he'll be all right in the end. I think he'll live a better life, less stressful life, doing it another way. This shit gonna get him hurt, bro.
I've yet to see anybody in the podcast space / like this kind of rapper landscape really publicly hang it up. Right? Like, can we think? Well, actually, no. I could think of some, but it's always like they hung it up before they really got into the position.
Ain't nobody telling him not to be a man,
right?
But the gangster shit ain't for you.
I was playing this poker game yesterday, right? And somebody starts telling me a story about WACK100 back in the day. You used to have a white rapper named Mickey D's.
Mickey D's from Ireland.
What year are we talking?
Irish. He hard as shit. I took him on tour with Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty's first run.
What, 2017, 2016, something like
that? Probably somewhere around there, 15, 16. Hard as.
Do you have a recollection of an incident in which the AC stopped working in the tour van and they sent somebody in a rental car from the dealership to fix the AC?
I was tripping out.
And you were so pissed off about the solution that they devised.
All right, we're going to leave it right there, gang. Hey, y'all drop y'all opinions in the comment section. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Is WACK100 wrong for even doing the interview with Snoopy Badazz, knowing that it's against Pyru? Y'all holler at me in the comments, gang. Let's go.